Yeah.
We are live. Welcome back to the Tactical Muffin Top. Muffin Top, Muffin Top. Big boy on the treadmill edition. What's up,
He's
everybody?
here and he's queer.
Well, I don't know about any of that, but probably. I am testing 3 chest rigs. I got my working out nights figured out to where I do my heavier stuff 3 days a week and then weekends up in the air. At the moment, it's Muffin Top moving snow, so usually I got like 6 properties I take care of right now. So after I'm done with those, I'm usually pretty fucking dead. So Muffin Top's out on the treadmill. I am running the Nezumi chest rig right now. I am all but one magged up on it, and that is because in a video review I do on it, you guys will see I'm running 240s and you can't even throw a 20 in front of it. So, but the ability to carry 40s is sometimes desirable to some people. So, 3 chest rigs. He's Mr. Triple Nipple. My nipples will be chafed after, but yeah, I had R kind of finger all the material between the 3 chest rigs I got down here, and he actually said he liked the A, the layout, and B, the material feel of the Condor 6 pocket I got that I just modded. I took the weird like cell phone GP pouch off the front and the 2 pistol mag holders on the side. Cut those off, make it a little bit more flush. He doesn't like the idea of the mag spanning across your whole chest, and I had him lay down in them. Other than my chest rigs being sized for a man twice his size because I'm fat, he understood why I like the 1 mag deep, so you can get lower on the ground.
Yeah, I like the 1 mag thickness all the way across.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go.
But then I like GP pouches on either side, as long not too small and not too large.
Yeah, I kind of have the idea that I would like a dongler pouch, like a FUPA pouch, just like a little catch-all, almost like
Dangler.
a fanny pack. Yeah, dangler. I think I'd like the idea of that, but I have not implemented one. But quite honestly, anything I don't have on my chest rig, the day that I don, it's probably a bad day. I'm not going to be worried too much about luxuries. I'm just going to want water, some medical, and some quick calories, like some packs of peanuts, a couple granola bars, things like that. Quick, if you get pinned down somewhere, you need a runner to go chuck you a bandolier to top off all your mags, you got enough
Mm-hmm.
calories to stay focused. I am ignoring the chat right now. Missouri Survival, what's up, man? I wish I would have known. I would have popped you a link, but I know you're getting wore out on your schedule.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, if you could.
Sophia's worried that you're all right. Yeah, he's walking on the treadmill. That's why he's huffing and puffing.
Yeah, I'm just dying.
He's playing patty cake with his toes.
Yeah. I am almost at half a mile here, about 11 minutes in. Got my Chicom rig on. I got, well, I don't want to spoil everything for the video, but I got a multi-tool and a knife. I got a Chicom knife, which is hilarious. I thought was cool. I have strapped to the danglers. Kind of go with the Chicom theme. Truth be told, I am not a fan of X and or Y harnesses because I have a really wide neck and my traps are really big. Because most of what Muffin Top does is dumbbell weightlifting, and that's been Muffin Top's strength is having pretty good upper body shoulder strength to make up for my horrendously poor back strength. So I'm really thick in that neck of the woods. My red neck be fat. So that is one count for Muffin Top against the Nezumi, whatever the fuck you call it, chest rig.
Nezumi.
And I think if I were to modify it, an H harness would remedy that, since that has remedied it on another chest rig. So if you have that build type amongst your body, you may want to, if you are so inclined, to pick one of these up after my review from my boy Lynchpin. He's a good dude, and he's trying to get gear in the hands of people at a decent budget cost. We have had a hack we found I'll talk about when I release the video, but it looks like these have already been Amazon Chicom copied, and you can pick it up a little cheaper if you were so inclined. I'd prefer you support Lynchpin over Chicom on Amazon, but the dollar is tight, and I understand, and where you can save is valuable. What's up, Sassy? What's up, Sophia B? Yeah, Muffin Top's getting it. Muffin
Teresa
Top
Buchanan.
started his
Teresa.
high protein, high greens diet, and this month anyway, I'll be pretty much eliminating breads again. And I'm eliminating the 8 boxes of cookies and crap my wife has made sitting upstairs. So it sucks because Muffin Top is addicted to her peanut butter balls. So thank you for dropping the name of that. Lawfully. Pilgrim, what's up, my dude? Observing. Demo Man Don. Yeah. I'm just walking. The one thing I'm not liking about this is, you guys know how I got my cheap AR on. You guys know how I like to run my rifles. LPVO with a vert grip. Other than that, pretty standard. Like to keep it lean and mean. Everything in the same spot, so anybody I train can run any rifle I throw towards them, right? I'm having a hard time trying to figure out where I like to carry my rifle in this. I run a 2-point sling about midway on the front. I got the paracord loops, as this is my budget build. The pockets are almost too thick if you're a big boy.
Have you tried swinging it to your offhand hip? Like imagine you've got it at low ready, and you just swing the rifle over where like the receiver is against your hip, muzzle's pointing back behind you. It's a pretty comfortable way to let it hang, get it off you when you're walking. Well, it's not the way you'd want to do it if you were like on an active patrol, but
right. But just like a break. Yeah. All right. Not bad. The mag pocket kind of sits there and holds the regular grip for you, so it's kind of always up there. All right. Not terrible. I don't like where it puts the sling in front of my neck. Even worse that way.
Or when you've got it in front of you, you can bust your slack out and then rotate it back where you're carrying it on your strong hip with muzzle forward, but that's not optimal with a OWB holster since it's like clacking against it.
Pretty much I just have it laying on top of the mag pouch right now, horizontally, slightly vertical down. I'm 3 mag pockets in, and the 40 rounder is tall enough it's kind of holding it there with my vert grip. And the only way I could run it right now, well, quite frankly, I was too lazy to grab another mag. I just got a Colt 20 rounder in it. If I had a 30, it'd be a little bit more challenging, but with the 20 and the vert grip, I just pretty much just lay it on top of the chest rig. Seems to be working out okay. Fairly comfortable, fairly quick to deploy. Yeah, I can even deploy one-handed. It's working okay.
I didn't drop a pick in Discord, but I got 2 more 50 cal ammo cans the other day.
Shit, for a good deal.
Got the first one for free and the second one for $10. So,
pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I laid the phone down on the treadmill so I can actually work my rifle a little bit. is the point of the review, right? Pretty much just have to slam my stock all the way forward. Like
Be
this.
sure you get that double mag insertion.
The what?
Be sure you get that double magazine insertion.
What do you mean? Just like rotate through mags?
Never mind. Here's a joke.
Okay.
I didn't say it was a funny one, but it was a joke.
I believe you. Yeah. I guess if I just pretty much run the strap of my AR on my neck, gives me a little bit more room to maneuver. I pull up, put it on point as good as anyone could walking.
I heard a new dumb thing at work today, but I have already forgot what the guy said now. I'm like in my mind trying to rewind the day and remember what phrase or term he used that I had never heard before.
Yeah.
It'll come to me.
There's almost too much in the front. It'd almost be
That's
better
what
if I
she
just
said.
had grip tape and like no vert grip.
You got too many hang downs on your hang down.
I got two fucking things, my mag and my vert grip.
You take your bipod back off.
I don't have a bipod on. I never ran a bipod.
Okay.
I figured if I'm going to run a bipod.
Maybe that was Wiretap that was insisting on the vert grip and the bipod.
Well, yeah, but he's also got a 20-inch barrel. That makes a bit more sense. I'm just rocking a standard 16.
I mean, 4 inches never meant you had to have more legs than a pack of dogs.
Yeah. I don't know. Seems to be working okay. I pretty much just chuck it under my left, my sling under my left arm, and it just rides on the right two mag pouches. I have done a reload whilst walking. Seems to be working out all right.
It's going to crawl over me that I can't remember what that guy said today. It was one of those things that like you just have to turn away and make a face so that you don't like laugh at a customer.
Right? Was it? Did he say some fudge shit?
No, he said some I'm new to gun stuff that like he was using, like I swear he made it up, but I wish I could remember what he said.
He said he was using a Harbor Freight nail bag with paracord wrapped around it and duct taped.
Nope.
For his bandolier. That works, by the way. Oh, that's gross. I could smell insulation on the lid of that cup. When I
knew I should have wrote it down. As soon as I got done helping him, I was like, I should have made a note of that.
Nice.
I was going to save it for tomorrow. But...
Sleep is overrated, Teresa. Actually, me and the wife were both sitting up on the couch because the boy was doing the whole running back and forth to whoever game to sit down and cuddle and go night-night, and we both dang near passed out. So you're lucky I'm even down here walking. I figured, well, I'm reviewing these chest rigs. I'll talk to some homies, see what everybody's doing. Ooh. Caffeine, it's caffeine. Yep. 100. Pilgrim.
It looks like everything went swimmingly in DC today.
Yeah.
No shenanigans.
She even did it with a smile on her face, which was shocking, actually, for me. Ugh. 40's a little bit hard to index. Not used to indexing them. It's a scooch too long.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Yeah, with the 40, I just kind of balance it on like the far right mag pouch that has 3 mags in it, and I just kind of put my hand up so my thumb basically keeps it from popping off the old body. Working out all right.
We
I'm
got
not.
14 watching and 9 likes.
You guys are dicks.
Where
I'm
the
being
rest of those
a
thumbs
up
up?
here walking. Well, down here walking rather. Get those likes up, y'all. Get the shares up too, because a fat boy talking about fitness on YouTube ain't really a normalized thing either. And Muffin Top is doing the things. You guys are sitting your asses on your damn computer, aren't you? Anyway.
Is it cold there?
It's pretty cold, yeah.
It's 18 degrees today.
Well, it can say whatever it is, and then you get the wind chill.
Yeah, and the wind was blowing, so it was like it just cut through you.
Yeah. The Milwaukee battery-powered coat does very well in wind. It does not, however, have a hood. They got the Carhartt beanie on with the ball cap, because Muffin Man wears a ball cap everywhere. Because I'm not a heathen, and because we get a lot of wind. Just doing some mag rotations, refilling back up my mags I had already expended, which is a bitch whilst walking in this. Because they're a little tight when the triples. Oh, look at that. Paid too much attention to the mags, and I pulled the safety release out of the treadmill. Got a little too far back. Oops. Yeah, this would definitely be something that you want to have just loaded. I don't think you'd want to like reload it up out in the field.
Does your treadmill abrupt halt, or does it kind of
Oh yeah,
wind down?
it's an instantaneous halt.
Mm.
Just a little magnetic string with a clip on your shirt.
You ever gut check yourself when that happens?
No, but now I don't know where I was on that walk.
Like if you were a midget, you'd like throat check yourself, but you're not a midget. You're
Not that
a
strong.
muffin.
Ugh. So how y'all doing? What are you doing this week to better yourselves and prep? Muffin Top dropped another video in the Discord. I finished listening to that book, the first book I put in the free audiobooks today. It's about an hour and a half long. It's what was that? The Rise or Fall of Empires. We're pretty much there, which is depressing. If you listen to that, it's a legit checklist, and we hit all the check boxes, baby. So that's depressing. Pretty good audiobook. A little dry, but the parallels in every great. We always say the fall of Rome, the fall of Rome. Well, it's actually super depressing when you listen to it in that book, because it's a system that as soon as you start dropping away from religion, which we got people in this chat that aren't super big on religion, and then you start over sexualizing people's regular everyday talk and thoughts. We got online porn, and we talk about penises half the time. And then it was the integration of women into manlier roles. We're built different, and we are all specialized at different things that should be celebrated, not looked down upon. And just some other crap. The influx of immigrants. So that is a big one. And then as soon as you do that, and you have your warriors become the immigrants, which is what Congress is suggesting, to a pathway for citizenship. Rome did it in their economic disaster, the second one. And fun fact, if you're not from that country, your stakes aren't usually that high in protecting it. Money is not as good as a motivator as having a family back home, unfortunately. So we are ripe for the end of the empire, as it were, which is depressing.
Well, the Roman legionnaires were professional soldiers too.
Well, they also integrated a bunch of foreigners into their army because their numbers,
Yeah,
they had become lazy. They had fallen in with the luxuries, unfortunately, which look where we're at. So it's an interesting audiobook. I also put on the George Orwell's 1984, and which I think I see like AI TVs and stuff coming out now. It's a matter of time. I mean, if you have a smart TV, they can already record it. They can turn on the mic whenever they want, built-in camera whenever they want. It's pretty close. They already have you managing your speech, like on here. We say the jibby jab and Mr. C19 and censor ourselves in the way of pews, monetary with muffins. So we're like in the baby stages of that, which is depressing. And then Animal Farm I dropped on there, which is
all animals are equal.
all animals are equal till the pigs decide they want the luxuries and they become the people
Some animals are more equal.
than others. Yes. And you get the workhorse types. Modern men, factory workers, tradesmen, people that build things for this country, railroad men, which is not as big as the other, but infrastructure wise, buildings, planes, vehicles, things that make things run, semi drivers.
Worked to the bone, then made into glue.
Yep. Hauled off to the glue factory because he was smart enough to dodge the butcher truck. But not the latter after the injury. Muffin Top's on the injury swing. I get it. What's up, Coop? How you doing, man? If you guys haven't checked it out, I was on Coop's stream for a while, and we were doing some cool critical think stuff. And we talked about the big wall city, the Mirage or the Mirror, the 160-kilometer, basically the world's first volunteer prison, is supposed to be the most energy efficient 15-minute city. You will never need to own a house or a vehicle. In 15 minutes, you can travel everywhere you need to sustain life and to your job to be a productive member and a protective cog in that system. You'll never be able to retire at this. And it's in the middle of the fucking desert. You'll never be able to leave. It's like that movie Limitless, where you pay for your entry everywhere with time. And they give you the illusion of free travel, but going through all those gates is impossible if you stay working the backbone of society jobs. So they say you can leave, but you can never afford to leave. You put this in the middle of the desert. How is a pampered personnel who doesn't walk more than 15 minutes a day going to be able to escape the desert with enough water in tow to get to the other end? You won't. They send drones after you. They don't even have to do anything. Drones zap you out in the desert. Don't even have to shoot you. Put a cattle prod on one, a tranquilizer. You'll die of the elements by the time you wake up. And the sand will just wash over you. First voluntary city. I think they want, what was it, Coop? 10,000 or 10 million people to live there. Estimated time of arrival 2032, 2035, something like that. Pretty messed up. Catch me up on the chat, lawfully. What am I missing?
I'm trying to be positive in the comments.
That's good.
Sophia said the bad is always present, just ever changing. What's going on good for y'all in these first 6 days of 2025? And then Sassy said that she met a bunch of really nice people.
Good. You know, one thing I wish is this pocket, if the flap was flipped the other way, like
Your
towards your
camera's
chest,
off, so I don't know which pocket.
that front pocket that's like a map pouch, or like where you
Gotcha.
throw your phone or like some mints, morale
Mhm.
pictures or something, compass maybe, lighter, some quick grab stuff.
You have
I
an
put
admin
it in the
pouch.
way when I pull the mag pouches up. And if I'd like to store like a tin of Altoids in there or chapstick, I'd like for my pockets not to cross streams myself.
I wouldn't put chapstick between me and my mags.
Well,
Let body heat melt. I
I'd
put it
rather
in the
have
bottom of the admin, or one of the not admin, but one of the GP pouches.
Yeah, I don't know. I just prefer that flap not be there. I would prefer it be reversed or inversed rather. Not too bad. Just hold the AR by the mag. Sweating on it. Get out and sweat in your gear. Get it in the dirt and the mud. Don't do you any good to have it be a safe clean. Scratch that shit up. It's a tool. Does your hammer look brand new? Mine's beat to shit. Use your tools.
That's what Magic said.
Huh?
That's what Magic Johnson said.
He was using a different tool. We're coming up on 1.5 miles here. I think I'm going to call it there. Due to I have not been hopping on the treadmill very long. You know what?
If you're already sweating, might as well go 2.
Let's put it in the chat. 1 for hitting 2 miles and a 2 for quitting. Inspire me to get skinnier, chat. Don't be lazy. Like I want to be. Pilgrim couldn't agree more. Teresa's giving me a 1. She said, fuck it, give up. Or
I
no,
thought
wait.
you said 1.
1 is
You
okay.
gave.
Teresa's like,
Yeah.
lose your tits. Zorro, 3 miles. Who the fuck do you think I am, Zorro? 5 miles. Coop, shut up. I gave you the option. Damn it, he said.
Is DB Cooper the same as Coop?
Yeah, that's Coop.
From
TNT design.
So he's got.
Yeah. He's a good dude.
I didn't know he had 2 channels.
I don't know if it's 2 channels. I think it's just his Discord name or whatever.
Well, normally it says TNT Designs. I think DB Cooper might be a different person.
I don't know. Oh, what is my heart rate? Let's check. Oh, I need 2 hands.
Either way, it's definitely not the real DB Cooper. It's the real DB Cooper.
We at 143.
Probably.
Not doing too bad. I am doing it with a shitload of mags on the front of me and an AR. So it's not
What's
just
your
like,
resting heart rate?
not just like I'm just walking with my muffin top and that's it. I got a magged up LPVO vert grip full 16-inch AR. I got the Nezumi chest rig. I got it mixed with GI mags. I got 3 GI, 4 GI, 4 GI, 4 Magpul, 2 40s. Couple things in the GP pouches. Knife, multi-tool. calories. Achibubu kit, couple tourniquets, Slishman.
I was right. DB Cooper said he is not C&T Coop.
Oh, sorry.
That's why you weren't getting a response on the.
Oh, DB Cooper, I apologize, but also it's not an insult because both you Coops are cool. Yeah. What do y'all want to talk about? Got some questions for the muster? Have you all implemented your diet plan? Your increase in your best preparedness, your body. It is going to get you from point A to point B without fail more than any mechanical input.
Good reminder. I need to take my.
That the video I dropped in the Discord earlier. I don't think I had actually heard that number, but he said like 50 or 60,000 casualties is what the 1,500 man, 1,000 man, whatever T squad wants to hit, and the multi-state, multi-hit attacks. 50 to 60,000 Americans is a lot. And they don't play nice.
I haven't even met that many Americans.
So that number really made Muffin Top get his poop in the group. I started my diet this weekend. Cut 5 pounds, 3 pounds heavier than when I started this year. Probably due to justifying eating a bunch of calories after working all day and being lazy the day before combined.
Talking about this year or last year?
Well, I was up a little bit from the holiday season. All the good holiday food.
Yeah.
All the pies and jams and extra meals that I'm not typically used to eating. I typically don't eat breakfast. So bacon, eggs every morning, sausage and eggs every morning. Just increase calories. It doesn't have anywhere to go when you're sitting around.
Yeah, but you'd rather have sausage and eggs than
Oh, the food that I ate across
bread and
4 meals. I sent R with 2 meals, and I just got done. I cleaned up the last of it yesterday. I had 4 meals. I had all that leftover spam. I'm spammed out. Zora, I would throw you in, but I got like 0.2 miles left to go, and I don't really feel like picking up my phone, and it'll kick me out.
Hang on. You want me to hit him?
I increase my speed for my heart rate to get it up there. I'd like to stress everybody, your body is the best prep, and it's the beginning of the year, so a lot of people set fitness goals. Let's use that to our advantage in the community. All right. Bumps up another 24 on the old pulse.
Zorro, check your private message on Discord.
Oh, yeah. Lawfully might be able to let you in, then all I have to do is click a button. That'd be all right.
I want to hear how things are going in California.
What's up, Zorro? Long time no talk, man.
Yeah, I just been working.
I hear you.
Gotta love being a teacher these days.
Yeah. I mean, I don't got to. I'm a teacher of myself. I am my own worst enemy because I only gain knowledge at the rate in which I choose to process it.
I mean, getting knowledge in general is nice. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you know. I was talking earlier about dropping in 3 books. Books are very underrated prep.
I read a lot. Well, I have to read a lot. I unfortunately, my line of work, I have to keep on tabs. I'm always, in my class.
If
What
you
am I
want to
gonna
know what part of
teach?
Cali you're from there, Zora.
Huh? I'm in Central,
Central Cali,
the Central
CC.
Coast, Central Coast, pretty much.
Central Coast, Triple C.
Yeah.
That's almost racist. They both sound like.
Hey, we just add a Spanish word in somewhere between there, bro. It's okay. We had carnitas, and then that's a good C right there.
Where was my plate? Finish up this little stretch here with the AR slung on the back because you
Love
will not run it
carnitas.
in front 24/7. I 1000% guarantee you.
No, I've been just working, making sure at least I'm teaching the amendments to my students because nowadays,
Whew.
like, none of them know what the hell is the First Amendment or nor the 13th Amendment, or not
Uh,
the Seventh Amendment or the 10th or none of that.
there's 2 miles, chat. Cleaned it up. Thank you for pushing me to be not a fat piece of shit.
If only Leo were here, he could give you some of that Prairie Pride Gatorade, which you
Hey,
slurp the juice right out of his Vienna sausage can.
Vienna sausage.
Yeah, he destroyed a keyboard with little boy.
What?
Good night, Pilgrim.
Nazuma chest rig, first 2
What?
mile.
What brand gesture did you get?
This is a Nazumi. I
Oh,
always
okay.
mispronounce it apparently, but it has the ability to hold 12 mags in the front with 2 GPs on the side. No Molly on the side, which is weird.
Yeah.
But
That's gonna suck when you have to like go like belly down and it's gonna push
yeah,
you up a bit. But I mean, carrying it,
It just keeps
it's
him
not
from high
bad.
centering on his muffin top.
yeah,
True,
I kind
true,
of just
true, true,
hold it there.
true. I mean, overboard sight, muffin top effects. Yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't.
Uh,
Yeah,
Pat, generally, yes, I walk with it in the front, but you need to be able to transition. Like I walked, Lawfully was mentioning trying it from the side on the left side. Basically, looked like a katana sword with the stock sticking out. But if your right hand needed a break, you'd let it be able to swing for a while that way. Mad Shad, what's up? Make sure you guys go check out Mad Shad. He is a cool dude, a deep thinking dude, and he probably exposed All American Prepper in the most intellectual way possible, other than just yelling at him, telling him he's a piece of shit, like I was doing while drunk at deer camp. So good on Mad Shad. I also played Mad Shad's little axe throwing game, and I got a headshot on Obama, who is my
Um,
my my tyrannical dude. So that was cool. I was batting about 2 for 12 every time, but that's okay. So that's good. Got a 2 mile in on the Nazumi. I think that would be. I like the price point on them, but when I do a video on it later, there is already a couple Chinese copies on Amazon for a little bit cheaper. I'd assume probably cheaper material, but
yeah. I recommend to make sure the stitching. Not all Chinese stuff is bad. It's just when I was a ranch hand, I used to carry chest rigs just because I'm on a quad and I really don't. I walked, but when I use it every day, like my pouches would start making holes after a while. As many times I would pull that in and out, and like I just got fed up. Some
yeah,
Chinese stuff are double stitch, which is good. You gotta know which company they're coming from.
yeah.
Um,
It's
the
hard telling. This has looks like single stitching. This looks like single stitching all the way around,
yeah,
except for looks like maybe triple stitch where the buckle's attached. It's got a couple X stitches.
yeah. That's the only thing I recommend people is just look at the stitching because, like, just because it's made in China doesn't mean it's bad. Like, I guarantee even some of the Gucci shit is like made in China. Like,
Oh yeah.
I personally carry Haley's Strategic, the heavy one that can carry like Scar 617 mags. And then I have T-Rex arms. But like, let's be 100% honest. Like, there's already copies. You just need to know like the stitching wise. If it's double stitch, you're good. Like, it's gonna last a long time.
Well, what my oldest chest rig, my first chest rig back when I knew nothing, but I wanted the ability. It's a Condor, and guess what? I've had
Condors
that
are
thing
good.
for like 6, 8
Yeah.
years, and I've walked with that more than anything.
I
Yeah.
have a couple buddies that went to Ukraine early on in the war, and they bought Condor,
Yeah.
and they last. It's just the funny thing is that people think they're just mainly for airsoft, even though some people in the military bought their own stuff like pouches, and the pouches last a long time.
Right. I think
So
that was just the elitist crew trying to sell their product and things like that. And
oh, for
yeah,
sure.
if you were doing hard use for if you were over there more than a rotation or two, yeah, it's going to start falling apart. You're not. There's a lot of guys I know when they rotate out, they take hex mags to cut weight, and they
No,
leave
yeah,
them because they can't bring them back. But would you rather carry hex mags or GI mags?
no, yeah, for sure. I guess like what I'm trying to say is like just certain Chinese companies do it better than the other one. Which I mean, that's with anything.
Thanks, Sophia
Uh,
B. Thanks for hopping in on my losing my tits chat.
like
Mr. Triple Nipple.
for sure, the one company I like, and I think it's kind of Chinese, but also it's very popular in Europe, is Halcyon or Halcyon something Rex. Hold on, let me see. I
Helicon?
bought it. Yeah,
Helicontex.
Yeah,
yeah, like I bought. Yeah,
Helicontex.
yeah. I don't know
that's your jam, isn't it, Lawfully?
that
It has
this
been.
stuff.
Yeah.
This stuff, like I'm not even joking. So I bought a chest rig, M81 Woodland, and I carried that when I stopped being a ranch hand, and that thing lasted a lot longer than most Chinese stuff I bought. Like that, that's a pretty good like mid range. If you're like, oh, I can spend a little bit more, wait until the
Hey,
price drops.
let me cut in here real quick. Hey guys, make sure you check out Jay at Prepared Citizen. He's doing his coffee chat tomorrow, about 5:30 at Central Time. If you all are up that early, hit him up. I'll be lurking in the comments while driving to the JOB. Sorry, continue.
Oh no, I was just saying like if you want to spend like oh, I want to spend a little bit of extra money on a chest rig or just just preparedness in general with pouches and stuff like that. That's not a bad company to go with. If you wait until they have sales, pretty good company to go with. I mean, my buddy is gonna go back to Ukraine. He bought a whole bunch of that stuff from that company,
Right.
and he's gonna check it out over there. But
Yeah,
I
DB
mean,
Coop. I agree with the. If you just get it, whatever you do, just go through and check all your threads. Hit it with the lighters, that way they don't come unraveled. That really helps a lot.
hmm
At the end of the day, some duct tape along some fragile spots, and
glue.
just to keep shit tight and out of the way after you get it cinched to where you like it, and you're not gonna have to adjust that strap for a minute. Tape it, man. If you got buckles you're afraid, of popping, tape them. But yeah, he said he likes the Condor, the straps for the extra padding and real estate in the upper back
Yeah,
of it.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I
pretty
got.
good.
I quite honestly could say that most preppers and especially budget minded, if you're trying to do group stuff like Muffin Top, like if you get 10 of the same thing and get everybody kitted out the same way so the muscle memory's there, and you throw somebody a chest rig and they can slap it on and adjust a buckle here or there, is way better than not, in my opinion. Some Muffin Top preps, you guys know my numbers 4 or 10. Pretty much buy 4 or 10 of everything other than my testing periods. I think to make me happy with my body type, I would prefer to slap an H harness on this, but that's because I've fallen in love with it with the taps, which I need to do a video on that with my upgrade.
I want to jump on the boat with you. I like the H harness a lot.
It's very comfortable for me.
It is, dude.
Especially.
It is.
I
Like,
hate crap rubbing along my neck.
oh, okay, okay. I'm glad you mentioned that because I hated that when I was working. I'm like, I used to get rubbed raw on the
Yeah,
back of my head because I mean, like, I would wake up when I was ranch hand from 4 o'clock in the morning to like leave at 7 at night, and I'm like going and taking it off. I'm like, oh God, like
right.
you're stretching. You're like, why does
Yeah,
it
if you're
burn?
on, a horse, or if you're on anything like a quad driving around all those bumps, even in a truck, man, like it's gonna rub you.
Yeah, I'm like, I would burn. I'm
Walking,
like, why? So yeah, I agree with you on the H harness.
I am a big fan.
Yeah, I like using electrical tape to like tie down the ends of all the straps. You know, um,
That's
what's
probably
nice
the
is
correct way.
it's well, and it sticks to itself, but then it
Yeah,
doesn't get all like tacky and shit. And if you need to change it or adjust it, or whatever, you just cut right through it
right.
and then peel it off.
Yeah, it's a little bit more
And they,
forgiving than duct tape in that respect. Duct tape or electrical. Once I use Gorilla Tape, I'll never use cheap crap again. What are you talking about? Gorilla Tape's awesome. Gorilla Tape's better than regular duct tape. Pat, send you a link, by the way, Pat. I don't know what you're doing.
yeah, I sent him one too. He may be driving. It may be
Uh,
hard to. Well, I guess if he's
Make
messaging
sure
on
you
here,
guys go sub to Pat, because as soon as he can get 50 people, he can help keep himself awake. If there's somebody who's awake, he can talk to. I would prefer that's being safe for our community. That's helping out the community more than super chatting people. If we can actually keep people safe, I would prefer that. That's what he meant. Oh yeah. That's a good call. That's what he meant. Yeah. Cheap duct tape sucks. Like, it has its place. I mean, who hasn't bought dollar store duct tape and then realized, wow, it's really not worth it for the amount of duct tape you get in the roll? But yeah, I like a little bit higher quality duct tape myself. Not to mention, they have some really good, like, 100-mile-an-hour tape that you can get in like 6-inch wide or 8-inch wide or 12-inch wide, and it works really, really good. That's stuff that you can actually use for ducts, which is where duct tape came from. You're welcome. HVAC World brought you guys that amazing prepping item back before they did the mud and putty and wraps and stuff. They used duct tape, baby. Seal up those cracks. But yeah. Thanks for hopping in, guys. I'm just doing a cool down here. I need to get some squats in and some push-ups to finish up the workout tonight. My lower body and my upper body strength have suffered since I took a break due to doctor's requests, and Muffin Top's just going to work through it like he used to. So, got to get that strength back. I want to get more fit, more flexible, more everything, because the time may rise when your physical peak may be needed, and the only way to do it is to get after it, right? It doesn't just happen. You got to put in the work for it. And nobody's talking. You guys are all bastards, so you know.
I'm trying to look up Pat's channel so I can share it.
Oh, thank you.
For some reason, it doesn't ever just even on subscribed. It doesn't come to the top.
Yeah, I know. It's in my Discord too. Pat, you need to become more accessible there, buddy.
He stopped changing his name.
Yeah. You are who you are, Pat. Anyway,
Patriot.
anybody have prepping goals this week? I need to get back to the dollar store. I've been slacking on the $5 week prep, but every time I go in there, I spend like $50 anymore, and I'm like, geez,
There
get
we go.
out of here.
Share the channel.
Thank you, Lawfully. It's very kind of you, sir. What do you think? Oh, Zoro bounced. What's up, Rabid? How you doing, my dude? Let's check some comments real quick here. Observing
Patriot
about it,
330 is
Muffin.
the
I have a
channel.
place for pro grapher tape.
Gaffer's tape.
I don't know what that is right offhand, actually.
Gaffer's tape.
Not ringing a
Amazon
bell.
tape.
I may know it by a different redneck name.
It's like cloth duct tape, sort of.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that stuff would be best if you want to rattle can some camo for quick stuff. Not necessarily just for your blaster, but just camo in general. Like if you need the grass is all dying and you need more tans, well, there you go. If you need more white, well, there you go. I mean, even if you just get cheap sports tape to paint, that's very, very handy. I think that the rattle can game is big. Zora's back. I think
Amazon's
the
got
ability
cheap
to change your
rolls of.
camo on the fly for a cheap cost is a very, very useful object. What you got? Sorry.
Amazon sells bundles of the cheap camo medical tape,
Yeah.
like not Coban, but like your medical
Yeah.
fabric tape or whatever. They do it in some different camo patterns. I got a roll that was
Yeah. What do you
off-brand
think?
multicam. It works all right.
All right. For the muffins. Nice. I did I actually got an idea. I'm gonna use some plumber strap on this because I got the idea from you saying the Velcro, which I ordered and I have not received, so I probably need to get a hold of somebody about that. But I had that one Wolf kind of taco knockoff deal I was showing you. It has the five holes in the back, and I was thinking, well, on the top two, I wanted to tighten it up anyway. I might just rig up some plumber strap for that because it's already got holes in it everywhere, and I can make it tighter than that holster was anyway. And I already have a shitload of it, so that's a win-win. I
Tried to
think.
share an Amazon link, but
Yeah,
YouTube won't let me post
man,
it.
Zoro, you keep getting kicked, my dude. What's up with that? If you're a mod,
Yeah, sorry.
yeah,
My
Teresa,
internet just
I swear I made you a mod. I don't know what the deal is.
my
Through
internet went
StreamYard.
odd.
Oh, your internet acting funny. Yeah, you're all right. Anyway, let me go see if I can figure out this deal with Teresa B not being a mod, which I thought I had that figured out. What do you guys think? What's your YouTube is racist? It is racist. You're right. What's your guys' prepping goals this week? I know I'm hitting you early with it, but well, that's part of it, right? Put it in the chat if you're what you got your eye on to prep this week. I know everybody's who's not standard to the winter prepping is probably increasing that. Tell me what you guys got going on, man. This is where you swap ideas to help everybody out.
Yeah.
I'll
Like
probably
Rabbi
feel it.
Coyote said, not freezing to death.
Yeah,
That is the
yeah,
goal.
I feel you, bro. Storm stalking, not freezing to death. Yeah. Yeah, Muffin Top has been working it outside, man. Working it.
I've been buying a lot more what's it called? I think it's called Ridge Line, like prepper food.
Yeah.
Like stocking that. I recently got solar panels temporarily
Yeah.
for the well that we have.
Oh yeah.
So like I think I have a total of like almost 6,000 gallons of water that I can fill into these tanks. Um trying to make sure it's like sustainable, that type of stuff.
Good job, man.
Yeah.
That is where it's at. I'm trying to figure out how to make a mod on YouTube. I have not done this in a minute.
I've
Oh,
also been focusing on
because
like Oh, sorry. Sorry,
Whoa,
go.
2 months. No, I'm just trying to talk to myself.
Oh, I was like, I've been also trying to, like, mentally take more, like, training classes to get more other fundamentals besides, like, okay, I know how to draw. I know how to, make sure worst case scenario bullet drop and all that stuff.
Right.
So, not that I need a lot of training, but like it's kind of knowing the little ins and outs and skills that otherwise not there shooting at the range or at a class every single day, but like getting some ideas of like, okay, bullet trap, got it. This is where I need to fix
Teresa,
that.
you should have a blue wrench now. Put a comment in and let me know. Crash and Kev, what's up, my dude? Replace car that got wrecked today. Oh man, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry. That is a prep. Vehicles are a big prep, and unfortunately, it's one of the worst investments you could make. Yeah, are you all right? Did you get injured on that Crash and Kev? Shit. Oh, hey Pat, what's up?
Teresa has a blue wrench.
All right, I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Pat says knock knock.
Pat's got a link. I sent it to him
He
on
is here.
Discord.
He is here. I had to click it on my
Uh,
phone. I had to get. I turned
okay,
on my computer.
he's
So
knocking on your back door.
yeah. Lastly, you should also be wrenched up. I'm building a war wagon. Oh, that's sick, Mad Shad. Like a old school wagon, or like you're talking to your vehicle,
Like a school bus, maybe?
or are you talking like a horse-drawn or a people-drawn wagon? There's definitely a spot for that. A prepping thing I'm doing, war wagon SUV. Oh, okay, sick. Yeah, I for the longest time tried to get a security company going, and I had been looking at various things, and I had the ability at one point to absorb a security company, and they had old police cruisers and stuff with all their fun stuff for bullet pew pew protection installed and everything. And then instead of investing and dipping my toes in that water for the company, it came with a bunch of rifles and just basic older gun belts and stuff, and used armor and some trucks with gun mounts and stuff. I ended up saving all that money and paying for the birth of my child. So that's more important to me than starting a company. But I've looked into it pretty hard. I'd like to get into that one day.
I think it's important to know that all systems eventually devolve into man portable. So it may be a good idea to have some sort of cart, because you're probably not willing to lose all the equipment that you can't carry if that system breaks down on you.
Right. And cool thing is they're super cheap now. I mean, you get these folding carts, which I need to get going on that one man war chest video. It's kind of been just sitting here in a pile of shit. But those are folding. You can put them in a car trunk. But super nice 2-wheel carts. I got a couple projects going for that. Got some rattle cannon projects for that. But I mean, you can have a solar panel setup cart, with your panels to fold out and your solar generator and everything to run it. You can have a 3 or 4 tote 2-wheel cart with a couple ratchet straps on each side to hold your totes, and you can move that around and go to the back of your truck and wrangle that thing in, all by yourself if you had to, with help even easier. Portability bikes. I got a one of those little kid bike trailer deals at the tail end of the season. I picked it up for 20 muffins, and I'm going to rip that apart this spring and put a harder bottom on. The idea behind it is I want to do a bike ride to one of my bug out locations with like 2 totes of gear. R and I are going to go do that and maybe like do a tent camp for that night and then ride back. I think that'd be fun. Be a lot of content. And see if we can shoot some squirrels or a rabbit or something, and then see if we can keep the ticks off us in the spring. Pat, cough twice if you're in danger. Okay.
Oh, damn it.
I'm just I'm just
Now I
getting
can't help you.
I'm just getting over a cold, so talking it feels funny.
Yeah, you feel funny, baby.
Easy now.
Easy. Got a couple cool projects coming up. We're going to turn one of the a deep freeze that took a crap. Muffin Top is going to reclaim the refrigerant out of it and remove the refrigeration and the electrical off it, and we're going to turn that into a root cellar at a mag member's house, and we're going to use that dirt elsewhere for a duck pond. So
I
that'll
like
be
the way you say root.
root cellar. I'm Groot.
No, it's not as good as when he says reticle.
You guys, don't be making fun of my hillbilly accent.
It's
Reticule,
not
I'm
an
hill.
accent when you say a
a
different word.
reticule is cool, bro.
Oh, they're hillbillies where I come from. There's actually mountains. I think you're just redneck.
No, those are called hill jacks, and we are called rednecks because we're sunburnt to a crisp out in these fields. Two very
Yeah.
different things, both knowledgeable in their own right. English is never one of them. Okay, I do numbers, not English, not words. Okay, come on now.
My grandparents pick cotton,
You
and they
guys
say
are bad.
reticle.
Listen here, sir. Don't make me bust out my crosshairs because I can say that.
Yeah, but do you remember to look at them?
Apparently not fucking this
Ooh,
year.
too soon. Too soon.
That was too soon, man. I found out I had lost the
That's-
spot that I thought we had lined up for late season doe. So now I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see if this new property will let me take one doe just to put something in the freezer this year. It's a little rough, but
with your box idea, I saw a video a couple of days ago. It was about this for about $80. You can get this rolling plastic like toolbox, portable toolbox at Home Depot. And he put the patterns out where you just cut a couple of 1-bys and it turns it into like a range box kind of thing where it's got
yeah,
room for 2 or 3 rifles and all your targets and everything. He puts bungees on the inside of the lid so you can hang all your targets up there. And if you want to get real fancy, you can cut some foam for where the rifles sit so they're not bouncing around in there getting all dinged up.
yeah.
And
Nothing
what
wrong
was
with
really
that, man.
cool,
What up, Michigan
what was
Outpost?
what was really cool is if you put some furring strips in there, they fit down in the slots that are in front of the box, so you could actually use it as a stand. You just
Yeah,
clamp or staple your targets to those furring strips, and then you've got a target stand.
that's cool.
I thought I thought
Yeah,
it'd be
they do a
cool to
lot of
like
stuff with them parts. I like the idea. I tell you what, especially for ammo, something on wheels is yes. He's saying the Lowe's box project is badass. Yeah, that could be it. I've seen them with Husky boxes, with Milwaukee boxes, all kinds of stuff.
you got to find the
So
ones that
you're talking.
are long though, because there's ones that are like stand-up boxes. They're just like more square, and
Right.
they don't really fit a rifle.
Red down and wire tighten here? Oh, those are Muffin Top approved channels there. You gotta look at that. Yeah, ammo is heavy. Anybody who just has a big freaking tote or a box or just a gun cabinet of ammo, let me tell you what, an appliance cart with one of those ratchet straps on it is going to be a godsend. If you think you're going to get that out all by yourself, oh my lord.
You
Ammo.
were talking about some plastic ammo boxes the other day. That's what I have. They come as like a little flat. I think there's
Like a little
4
4-piece.
boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never
they come with like a little carrier, but it's still heavy.
Yeah, very. Those are. I like the idea of the little 4-box though, because then you can keep your shotgun ammo, rifle ammo, AR ammo, and some pistol ammo out of sight. I like the idea of that, or whatever you want to keep, organized in there. And I'm a big proponent of not having all your eggs in one basket, and that includes moving all of your gear. Coalfoot was fairly impressed with my 1-year rotational pantry, and it's quite a bit of food. And I'm like, yeah, you haven't even seen half of what's in this house, let alone what's in other locations.
It's about 750 pounds per person per year.
I put it at 7 because you got younger kids and older people that won't eat as much as the people cutting wood. So, I mean, you bump it to whatever number. 800 is better to stock than none, right?
Yeah,
Because
just a general
an
rule
over
of
it
thumb.
is better. Yeah.
Well, sorry to butt in, but thank you for letting me join the chat. I'll talk to you guys later.
Sorry, man. Have a
No
good one.
worries.
Thanks for hopping in.
Well, thanks again. I want to do this more when you're on because I I like enjoying the community you're building and the conversations we're having. So thanks.
Thanks, man. Tomorrow,
For
my dude.
sure.
All right, thanks. See you
Yeah,
guys.
business.
Later.
See ya.
Man, Missouri Survival is going to have Hutch on his channel this week, which is cool. I've been trying to get Hutch for a minute, but our schedules have not been lining up very well. Might try and do something with Backwoods, and then I might be doing something with Double XL Guy. I don't know if you guys have checked him out. He's pretty cool. Yeah, no kidding. That is high praise for TMT. That's why I started the channel, though, is to get communities, because community is the ultimate prep, and Pat knows that's what he's striving for, man, is a community. You can lone wolf prep it and have everything in your house, but one day you're going to die. And if you don't have a kid to take it over, or people are just going to sell it at a garage sale, like I picked up 2 things of freeze dried food this week for dirt cheap. And I asked, I was like, oh, whose was this? Oh, it's my grandpa's. He was crazy. And I'm like, what else does he have? And they take me back in the room and I say, you want me to get rid of all this for you? Muffin Top scored all of it for 100 muffins, though.
Yeah,
That room
who
next
was
to
that?
another family member's room.
Who was that was telling the story about their grandfather had like worked his whole life to build up like a whole prepper paradise, and the kids just didn't give a shit and sold it all.
Yeah.
Was that in your chat, wasn't it?
I don't remember who that was right offhand, but it wasn't mine. Unfortunately, when that comes to happen, that some of that stuff will be fought over in between the family, and I've already decided that I have removed myself of
Dibs?
everything. No, I've just removed myself of everything.
Oh.
I don't need anything there. I am getting one gun. It's my grandpa. I'm getting one gun from him, and it has sentimental value because I go pheasant hunting with him, and that's the gun he runs. So that's
Well,
the gun I want.
You should have him take care of that now, so it's just done and over with, and there's no fighting.
Yeah, it is. And then he's always had a ring that he bought it from a friend who is in financial hardship, and he's wore it every day that I've ever known him. It's a diamond horseshoe ring, so I will be wearing that every day when it becomes mine as well.
Yeah, when my wife's uncle passed away, like before that, everybody was super tight. You know, our kids played with their kids. We hung out there almost every night. Sat out on the porch, rode 4-wheelers. But once her uncle passed away, like he was the glue that seemingly held everything together, and nobody knew it. And after he passed, they all started fighting over who was getting what.
That blows, dude. Sassy Seven
And
said
then,
my ex-brother-in-law gets all my stuff. Oh, that blows, man. That super blows. Waffle has had something similar, but it is a back chat only topic happening to him.
Yeah, and then when her grandmother passed away, it got even worse. Like when the uncle died, they went and took all the guns out of his house, and half of them disappeared. So nobody knows where any of them went. And he had some of his dad's guns, which were always said we're going to go to so and so. Well, half of them disappeared, so nobody knows where they are.
Yep. Yeah, that pisses me off.
So, like I said,
if you don't mind, maybe you can get a community going in here.
If your loved ones have a plan like that and they're up in age where they're not really using that stuff anymore, just have them take care of it now.
Right.
I know it seems morbid and all, but like it's going to avoid so much heartache.
Yeah, yeah. We have two. Well, we have a family member much closer to that, and they're already. One family member wants to live in his house, and the problem is like when he goes, like the two daughters are going to just basically, they're going to do what, none of them have interest in it, so it's just going to be sold. And I'm like, man, you don't want to be in a position where like you're hooked up and like you're living here and they want to sell the house, like then you're homeless, you know what I mean? Then you're fucked because it's not your call. And one of them is the what is that? The person with authority or whatever over the estate. What's that?
Power of attorney.
Yeah, one of them's power of attorney. So I'm like, I mean, you really have no say in it. Like he's saying you could live there for now, but I'm like, just think about it. I pitched the idea before too, but this house is going to go for a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah, if you want your wishes honored, you kind of got to like put stuff in a trust before any of that stuff goes down.
Right.
And
Man,
then your wishes.
You guys are all Muffin Top Group. Sassy7, you have a channel? I didn't even know that. I got to check that out. I'm subscribed to you. You now have another member. Look at that. Yeah, this is actually, this might be a pretty good way to maybe I'll just copy and paste all these and put them in the Discord of Muffin Top Approved people, because I ain't seen one in here I disagree with yet. Teresa does pretty good work. Of course, she does also say hi to me in half of these people's streams, so. Don't forget Camel Carl and all those other guys. Oh, Honda. A wild Honda. What's up, man? Make sure you throw a Honda stream on there, Teresa. What's up?
He has appeared.
My God, a wild Honda has appeared. Quick ball.
Quick. Yeah.
It was
You
super
stole the line.
What's up, man?
You got that reference, Honda? That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, as old as I am,
quick ball, basketball, bro.
I know a lot of things. I know things and I smoke weed. That's what I do.
Hey, man, you just enjoy yourself. You'd get along great with Hutch.
With
Hutch
who?
smokes some dank weed. No, he's prepper homestead type in the Missouri realm.
I was thinking like if I had a farm out in the middle of Kansas or Nebraska or something like that, what's to stop a guy from having like a quarter acre in the middle of the fucking field where no one can see or get to that's not corn?
Well, I'll let you know that they patrol all the cornfields with drones. And my buddy and his mom was up on the back of a truck bed with a ladder, and they were cutting out ditchweed because we get wild marijuana here that you can't smoke, but they just rogan weeds out of the fields. The game warden pulled up with the sheriff and like, I think you're you're harvesting weed in your cornfield. And my buddy's mom just looked at him and said, "You're a dumb fuck. It's ditchweed. Go ahead and smoke it if you want. We got shit to do. I got like another 16 fucking fields to get to. Shut up and get the fuck away from me." And they got the fuck away from her. She's kind of a bitch.
Did she smoke the ditchweed after that?
No. She's just a drunk. But she's a fun drunk.
Because we used to smoke ditchweed all the time back in the day, because that was about the only weed you could get.
Oh my God. I thought that made you sick.
No, it just means you need more of it. And it has a bunch of seeds in it and shit, usually.
No. I wouldn't know. I'm a good boy. But yeah, definitely quick ball, best ball. I found a pond with that growing around it. Awesome dove hunting. 100 rabbit. If you get you a little cattle pond with some ditchweed all around it, you will shoot doves. Something fierce. You just sit on a 5-gallon bucket and they will come through. And they're a lot of fun to shoot too because they're high. No, for real. They eat the ditchweed. The doves love it.
I was thinking because I bought some weed not too long ago from this shop, and they didn't tell me it had a bunch of seeds in it.
Nebraska is full of it. It is full of it. Rabbit, are you in Nebraska? I didn't think you were.
And my idea was, because I had to go through it and take out the seeds, was to like go for a walk. There's like this stream that goes behind the apartment, you know,
Yeah.
and just spread seeds all around, all along the stream, and see what happens, you know. But I got to wait a little bit.
Just let nature take its course, huh? Not a boy. You missed it, Honda. I just got done doing 2 miles with a new chest rig I'm reviewing.
You did 2 miles.
Yeah, on the treadmill with the rifle and 9 30-round mags. 4, half of which are GI, 4 are GI, the other are Magpul, and then 2 40-rounders, and then 2 GP pouches full of miscellaneous crap, in which I would want if I were to don it. Oh yeah, you grew up near York? Shit, Rabbit. I think you're about an hour and some change away from me, but I know your neck of the woods.
Honda, funny Christmas
What are
story
the-
for you. One of my best friends lives out your way, and his folks went out to see him for like Christmas / New Year's, and his dad took a THC gummy that he thought was like 35 milligrams. Misread it. Took a 350 milligram pure THC gummy and didn't tell anybody. So then they thought he was having a stroke. Put him on an ambulance. He lost 24 hours. So like when he woke up, he thought he was still in this state.
What a bit.
Dude, when
I
weed
was taking 800 for pain.
when weed was first legal for consumption in Colorado, because we were the first ones to do it, there weren't exactly regulations on how much THC or cannabis or whatever you can put in an edible.
Right.
So they had these things called Chiba Chews, which they still have, but they're a different formula now. The original Chiba Chews had 1,000 milligrams per Chiba Chew, right? And they would come individually wrapped. And I remember I ate like 2 of them once, and I was like, oh my God, we're pretty good. The only person that I know of who's ever overdosed on marijuana happened in Colorado with Chiba Chews, because he apparently ate like 17 of them or something like that.
Oh my God, he was on another fucking planet. Nice.
Wasn't it a minor? I heard a story about a minor getting a hold of him.
Robert Ham said when he detasseled corn in high school, one of the fields had ditchweed growing alongside it. That shit was 8 foot tall, and the stalks were 2.5 inches in diameter. Yep, that ditchweed. Muffin Top freaking detasseled from 12 to 18, man. That was a really good way to cut weight for football. Holy shit. You did that, and then 2 days, you were dead. I know. I don't think you. No, I didn't go till 2 days because you wouldn't be able to. Okay. Just regular practice.
Do you have rules on growing your own plant in Colorado?
Yeah, it's 6 per person per household.
Teresa, that's Pat Riot in the panel. He has a channel.
And then if you have like a red card, like medical license, you can grow. I don't know what it is, but it's way more than that.
Well, what does that turn into? Like 6 plants for one person?
You could feasibly get like a 1/4 pound off a plant. So 6 plants would be like 1.5 pounds, which if you smoke an ounce a month is way more than a person needs in a year.
Hey, Teresa, drop Hutch's and Backwoods and Mac's channel in here. Anyway, these are some dudes that enjoy that very much so. If you hang out with Mac is I don't know if you checked out his channel. He has like he's a survivalist. He's an older dude, and he's in Missouri, and he is old school. Like he's making ammonia with his urine, and he has a cast iron pot to do his clothes, and like he makes shit out of nothing. Anyway, pretty much if you go hang out with him, he said you'll walk away with a jar of some of his finest. He hits that pretty good for pain. But yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, and I know other states have like that that rule where you can have so many in vegetation, germination, and flowering, so you can have 3 different stages of growth for the plants, and you technically have like 18 plants or something like that at one time, but only 6 of them are flowering, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But in Colorado, it's 6 period. You can't have more than that.
I don't know. You should do what Hutch does. He does this thing every day. It's a random time. I catch it at work and stuff and lurk in the chat. It's called Smoke Break, and it's just him gathering his thoughts whilst working on his homestead, and he's just hitting a bowl and just having a BS conversation. It's pretty chill.
I have never partaken in the devil's lettuce.
Really? Wow. Did you ever go to fucking high school or college?
I did.
Wow.
Good.
Wow.
I even graduated high school.
Wow. Yeah.
I grew up plants
Well-
on my windowsill when I was in like sophomore year of high school, right? And my dad found it, and I told him it was a science project.
Yeah, for science.
Because, well, the other thing that I was doing is I was like taking notes and like drawing the plant each day as it grew and the changes that were like taking measurements and temperatures and measuring the water that I put into it and taking notes on the, you know what I mean? So like I had a pretty detailed fucking logbook about growing this plant. And then I showed it to my dad and I was like, yeah, it's a science project. And he was like, oh, okay.
Does your ninja have tits?
Yeah, it's a woman.
Oh, I
You
never
never
did.
noticed?
I thought it was like some Chinese warrior dude. Jesus Christ. Anyway, sorry. Continue. I just noticed that. It's always small when I'm in your chat, but you're on my chat and it's way bigger.
It looks like Eugene from the Try Guys.
I never
Well,
knew
if
that.
you look at she is dressed exactly like E Honda from Street Fighter 2.
Oh,
She's got the same face paint, the same hairdo, and the same fucking kimono or whatever the fuck the dress thing is.
the only guy ever using Street Fighter was the dude, the Claw, and then Raylo.
Vega and who?
I don't know names of Street Fighter guys.
Vega's the guy with the claw, and what was the other one?
The dude with the white deal, he's like, okay, and he shoots the fucking thing, the
Oh.
ball.
Ryu.
Yeah, I said that, but I butchered it, so that's good.
Well, I say Ryu. Everyone's like, it's Ryu. Like, fuck you. I'm from America. And then in 1989, when this video game came out, or whatever year it was, we didn't know what RYU meant, so we called him Ryu.
That's what I always did, but I already got made fun of my English twice tonight, so I don't want to do it again. How do you say your what do you call your red dot in your little pistol on your dagger there, Honda? What do you call that dot?
No, it's more like what's in the scope.
Yeah, what's in your scope?
My
What do you call that
vortex?
sight?
My vortex?
Yeah, any sight you got.
Well, on my pistol, it's a vortex red dot.
Mm-hmm.
What do you
What
mean?
about on, like, your
Synonym for crosshair. He's wanting to know what you call the thing that you aim with
the
inside of
reticle?
it.
There it is.
Ding, ding, ding.
I'd say ridicule. I'm sorry.
Your grandparents must have picked cotton too. You said
Well,
it right.
instead of an A, I had a U in there. We'll be all right. They're making fun of me because I don't do words good, Honda.
What did you call the reticle?
Reticle.
Reticule?
Ask me how to say nuclear.
Yuck. The reticle?
Ask me how to say nuclear.
He George Bushes it.
Yep. It's okay. I'm not real educated. I went to Nebraska.
And my first experience with weed was a little unpleasant. They
Really?
yeah, they drove me around for hours. What I don't know how actually long it was, but it felt like 3 days in a car, hotboxing it. Like for my first time, it wasn't like a little try. It was like a die in the back seat of this car kind of deal.
Wow.
Eventually, they stopped and went in someone's house that I had no idea. I just opened all the doors, and it was cold as crap. I was like, I had to get some fresh air. I was dying.
Dude,
and then
my
one of my
first hit, I burned a $300 nug. These guys triple dragon hit me. They all hit their lighters on it, and I hit the whole nug in one inhale.
I don't even know what those words
Everything was
mean.
instantly funny in 15 minutes. It was great.
Dude, I fucking one of the first times. I don't think this was the first time, but one of the first times I ever got high. I was with my friends at the park after school, right? And we would hang out till it was time to go home and have dinner on a normal basis. Just this time we had weed, so we were doing that before I went home. And I get home at the normal time it is to get home and have dinner, and we sit down, and it's like so fucking good, you know, because you're like high and like food just tastes extra good.
Sour Patch Kids on another level, bro.
And my dad says something to me like, "Please pass the salt." And I heard, "Are you high?" And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Please pass the salt." And I again heard, "Are you high?" And I go, "No, I'm not high."
That's
And
when
he
he knew
goes-
he wasn't getting the salt that day.
And he goes, "I was asking you to pass the salt." And I go, "Oh." I think they might have known.
Nah, you good.
No, they took me to the doctor the next day, and I had a fucking like a blood test, urine test, doctor test, all the tests, and then I wasn't allowed to hang out with my friend Ryan Jacobs anymore after that.
How many fingers did he test you with?
10.
Oh my god. That's a different test.
And how did Ryan turn out in adult life?
Drugs are bad, okay? Until Mr. Mackey takes drugs and he actually loosens his tie and then his head goes to a normal size. No. If I could carry a gun and be on it, I would be, because I could already be on medical marijuana before we just loosen the restrictions on it even further. And those Delta 8 gummies actually did help. I actually got to sleep through the whole night without tossing and turning. I had some of the best sleep ever on them, but my freedom to carry a firearm is more important to me than my pain level.
Well, that stuff's going through the courts right now, so it might not be a problem for too much longer.
Well, it still counts as under the influence here, to my knowledge, so you can't like having too many beers.
Well, you kind of treat it like alcohol. You don't get high and then go drive around. You save
Like,
that
what
for the
happens-
evening when you're at home.
Okay, hold on. What happens if you're at home and it's night, and at home at night, as one does, you may have a couple of beers. And then whilst in the process of drinking said beers, someone breaks into your fucking house and tries to rape your wife.
You're
Are
fucked.
you not allowed to shoot him in the fucking face because you had 2 beers?
Yeah, but
Nice.
it's about public conduct. It's not about what happens in your own home.
Well, in Colorado, maybe. You guys don't have any rights anyway. You're almost California.
The trouble is, it's all a gray area. It's what a prosecutor can convince a jury to say.
Right.
There is no black and white.
Oh, shit. Apparently, Nebraska had some doomsday sniffers up today around Omaha, Nebraska, which is kind of out by where the presidential bunker would be.
From what I understand, there is no way to like rapidly test for marijuana. So if you get a DUI when you're on marijuana, it's the officer's opinion, because they
Yeah,
just
what
run
things are
like some
cool?
field sobriety test on you, and it's their opinion that you're high.
Would they not treat it like alcohol and take you in for testing? Have your analysis done?
Yeah,
No.
they'll probably arrest you and then go take blood.
Lame.
I mean, I'm fine with that. Don't drive inebriated.
I mean,
That's what I never
like right before bed anyway, which isn't fun. But my Saturdays could be lit. Playing video games could be awesome again.
that's why I never agreed with like the drug policy that employers have. Like, you can test positive for marijuana days and weeks, right? After you smoke. Like, it's not your fucking business what I did last night. Am I high right now? No. Then I can perform my job duties.
I know a chick who's joining the Navy, right? She's in the process right now. So she quit smoking weed, I think 90 days ago, like 3 months ago. And it took her, I think, 10 weeks before she could pass a drug test.
Pat, you got a few more. You got a few more videos up. Good job.
Were they?
You sub to Pat Riot's YouTube channel?
Were they testing hair?
No, they don't test hair. Thankfully. No, this is just urine tests, like UAs. Because the
So
thing is, if you're like a habitual smoker, right? Like you smoke every day for like 10 years, let's say, and then you want to quit and get it all out of your system, THC binds with fat cells. So all of the fat cells in your body are just full of fucking THC. And anytime osmosis happens, when water comes in and fucking water goes out of cells, it's all up in your fat. So you got to fucking like spend enough time like rinsing out your cells, basically. Like it's fucking crazy how long it takes.
So you explained it. That's what I was going to ask, is if she carried a lot of extra weight.
No, it's just it's not even about extra weight. It's just that's where THC is soluble, right? Is in oils. So it like sticks to the oils inside of your body, which are in the fats inside of your fat cells, and doesn't want to go away.
Standing over your videos. That was good. How was Matt's chat? I missed it. I was walking and exercising and doing a live stream of my own, unfortunately.
I missed like half of it too, to be honest. I caught like half of it. I was there for half of it. It was fine. It was fun.
I am surprised that it went off without a hitch today for the certification.
I think all the hitches are going on behind the scenes.
I unfortunately believe you're right.
Hot damn, look at you guys. 19 to 25 subscribers in one night.
Yeah, let's get Pat to 50 so he can stay awake and drive safely with somebody talking to him in the chat. I like your Silent Velcro video after I listened to it, by the way. That was funny.
I don't remember who told me that. It was a long time ago. I just thought it was funny.
Who died who you used to know?
Yeah.
Somebody. No one? Somebody that you used to know?
Somebody you used to know.
That's not how that goes at all.
No, that's not my song. I'm sorry.
Have you heard the story about that? Like, that guy made no money off of that song. Like he'd never monetized it because he's like an artist. Like what an idiot. You can do a lot of art when you have a hit song and make a bunch of money off of it.
Hell yeah. Name this gun. Anybody?
Sounds like a revolver.
Oh, you're good. But what is it?
I don't know. Hold it up to the microphone. Quit painting.
How many clicks? How many clicks is it?
3 and a decock.
A 1851 Navy.
Close.
That was close?
Not even fucking close, but you know, I just wanted you to feel good about yourself.
Well, fuck yourself then. Well, 3 with a decock.
I think Colt is the only one with 3, right?
No, Colt has 4.
COL. That was me relieving the hammer, so it wasn't.
Colt would have 4 with a decock.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with a Ruger, maybe.
Ooh, close. Ah, ding, ding, ding. Observatory. Got it. That's a woodsman right there.
Oh, you got a gay rider. Got it.
Hey, that thing has killed more squirrels than your fucking dagger has.
It's probably true.
You've got more trees than him.
That's also true. Well, he smokes all his trees. That's his fault.
I'd like to see the squirrel that, that climbs that kind of tree.
Be a fucking sweet chungus, wouldn't it? Yeah. I tell you what, these are R ended up picking up that Ruger Wrangler, and honestly, for the extra money, it's the way better revolver.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. But I picked this
Costs
one
like
up on
80 extra bucks though. It's almost twice as much.
It is literally worth it. Trust me. After shooting both, we went through a box of 500, which in a 7-shot revolver takes for fucking, or is it 7 or 6? In a 6-shot revolver takes for fucking ever.
I've got a Heritage Rough Rider that's a 10-shot,
Oh, that's cool.
Good night, Teresa.
which is pretty cool.
Good night, Teresa.
Bye, Teresa. See what I did there?
Mhm.
Bye, Felicia.
Close enough.
What you got going on tonight, Honda? I'm surprised you're not working.
I rarely ever work Monday nights, actually.
Excuse me.
More the Wednesday through Saturday thing, sometimes Sunday.
Okay. Never come on my Tuesday chat, but all right.
Well, sometimes I like to relax too and watch movies or chill.
Relaxing.
I'm with my
Could've-
kids. You know, I'm mom and dad. I don't have anybody else helping me with everything around the house and cooking dinner and cleaning and doing all the things that I do.
Well,
So,
yeah, but now they're older. They can do cook and clean for you, baby.
yeah, you'd think that's how it works.
You think? That's funny. Yeah, you missed it. I was huffing and puffing and sweating on the treadmill earlier. Have to go back and re-listen to that for the entertainment value alone.
You say the word mill funny too.
What?
Treadmill?
Treadmill?
You said meal.
It's mill. Like a wheat mill.
Treadmill. Yeah.
Yeah, mill.
You
Like
said treadmill.
milk, but without the F.
You said treadmill.
Like hill. Hill and mill. They're the same fucking thing. It's the same word.
You said meal though.
Oh my God.
You didn't say like it's like meal and heel. No, it's mill and hill.
I didn't know this was fucking English 101.
Just
Not my
said it too
favorite
fast.
subject.
No, it's the 303 class actually.
I don't know what that is referencing.
That means it's the third level because 101 would be the first level, like basic entry. 303 would be like second, third.
Well, I don't know what to
Did
tell
you go to
but
school?
our-
Jesus.
Our building only had 2 levels, and I had the biggest class, okay, in high school, and it was under 70 fucking people.
So it'd be like 101, 102, maybe 103, and then go 201, 202.
English
Like
was
the 303
212,
class
baby.
would be like the fucking like the hardest of hard classes usually.
Well, that's good.
I myself am uneducated.
You're educated? I was discussing
I'm
this something recently.
uneducated.
Well, yeah, I could tell. We had a discussion. I was like, yeah, how many books? I was like, you should listen to this book or whatever, this audio book. And he's like, who the fuck reads books? And I'm like, I've read more books out of college and on my own than I had in fucking high school and college combined. It was interesting. You missed it, Honda. I was talking about 3 books people should pick up and read, and I put them even in my my audiobook section. I just listened to the what was that? Just finished it up today. The Fate
Drop
of
a link to your
Empire
Discord.
by Sir John Glubb. Glubb.
I honestly don't read a ton of books. I read a lot of periodicals and articles and,
Uh-huh.
like longer form things that are not books, but not too many books myself these days.
I
Well,
listen
I've read quite a
more.
few, but not recently.
Yeah, I love the audiobook format. I listen to a lot of books.
I got some books for Christmas. I'm excited to finish reading all Jack Carr's novels up until now.
I actually do really enjoy a good book that's well written because it's like a glimpse in this inside the head of someone else. And if they're like someone smart who has like information that you don't, you can really learn a lot from a book. You really can, depending on the book, but you can really learn a lot.
Right. Right now I have the 2017 edition of the Ranger Handbook. the Army Training Circular. I've been told by several military people that that is the best handbook in physical form. And they have a lot of good shit in here. Tactics wise, how to set up various things, survival.
Remember the old
not?
anarchist cookbook that you could get back in the day?
No, I'm too young for that reference, I do believe.
Well, there used to be a thing that
Anarchist
would tell you
cookbook.
how to make all kinds of stuff, and then they were like, "Ooh, that's a little too spicy." I know we have this thing called freedom of speech, but we're going to go ahead and take that book off the market. And then they came out with like a anarchist cookbook light that
Mhm.
you can find still, but it's missing quite a few things that the original had in it. I had a friend who had the original. I never did. I've seen it. I held it.
Information's too dangerous.
Yeah, I think go for it.
I had one all printed out. It cost me like a fortune way back when I had no money whatsoever to actually print it on paper because I had to go somewhere. We didn't have one at home. I had that, and my mom threw it away.
Oh no! Yeah, I was on Coop's chat, CNT Design. We were discussing the importance of physical media. You know, books and just regular DVDs and things like that. With everything, like you can even get like an app for your Bible. Well, who's to say? I mean, first off, that's changed throughout the ages, just little by little. Let alone the subtraction of books, you don't get the full thing, everything like that, and they're edited. You know, King James was heavily modified, and that's generally what's around today, and that's still been updated and modified. But if you just have an app, an AI can basically just run the. I don't have the app going. Sorry, Pat. They can basically feed you whatever the fuck they want. Like, how do you know? How do you know the AI is not changing the wording? You don't have a physical copy. It's an app.
I mean, supposedly the King James version of the Bible, as much shit as people give it, it was actually fairly like accurately translated. And they had a bunch of scholars at the time who all conferred about stuff. And I'm sure that there's probably some certain passage or whatever that you could point to, but like overall, the work that they did was pretty incredible.
Well, at the same thing, they take away things of like, oh yeah, kings are bad and blah blah blah, and like it's been heavily edited for the ruler of the time, which is unfortunate. But physical copies of things are going to become, I mean, legit, like book burning. Like, I have I got a couple sets of encyclopedias and dictionaries and things like that because I did homework on them. You know who's not gonna? My son's gonna be the first generation that never had to use those.
So there's this saying from the Bible that the meek shall inherit the earth. But that's something that they say has been mistranslated. It's not meek. It's something like those who have swords and know how to use them, but keep them sheathed, will inherit the earth. What is the modern day version of a sword?
Glock 19.
So if you got a Glock 19 and you know how to use it, but you manage to not have to use it.
Yeah, I've been. I think that Lawfully and I have been on quite the calming curve lately. That the best way to win whatever's coming is to not play the game, because the ultimate goal that they're after is A, your firearms, because B, they want your freedom. The biggest thorn in the globalist elite, the WEF, the Agenda 2030 people, everything is America. And they're slowly killing it through woke ideology, through lazy people, through welfare system and immigration, which is how that book, the Rise and Fall of Empire, whatever the fuck, that's literally a playbook how they've basically crippled every single empire. So we're basically limping along gut shot right now, basically. And the best way to win that is to not participate. So if you want to keep freedoms for the next few generations, J6 has to be out of everybody's mind in that amount of numbers. The best way to do it would be to get a few families together on land have livestock in a garden, and do your rain catchment and solar, and remove yourself from as many inputs the government can use to control you as possible, because that's the ultimate freedom. They have nothing to do with you. If you can feed yourself, they have zero fucking control.
Like the Amish.
Yeah, that's why they've been hitting the Amish so hard, dude. They've been trying to tax the shit out of them, making them not be able to sell shit. Yeah, we need to become tactical Amish, and we'll win. Look how long the fucking Amish have been here, bro.
Yeah, I think the regulatory state is gone way too far. You can't cut someone's hair. You can't sell someone food. It's ridiculous.
Can't catch rainwater from God because of all the chemicals shit and all the pollution they put in the air.
I mean, honestly, dude, like you should be careful drinking rainwater for that reason. You should at least filter it before you drink it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm cool with that, and run it through a Berkey, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you would think rainwater would be safe and fine, but I'm pretty sure it's not.
Nebraska has the best filter ever. We have the Ogallala Aquifer, so all of the rainwater and all that goes down through and back up the aquifer, baby.
I think they were doing a
Can you
test
spell that?
on rainwater,
No,
like
I can't.
collected rainwater, and they were looking at like parts per million things that are inside of the water. And one thing that they found inside of the water that shouldn't be there, that should be there at 0 parts per million, right? Should not be in the water at all.
Plastic.
Aluminum.
Because they spray it, baby.
Yeah, aluminum's in the fucking water, and it's in our environment, it's in the air, it's in everything we touch, because they fucking put it they spray it in the air to fucking reflect sunlight, basically, right? To keep things cooler on Earth, because they want to make clouds so the fucking sunlight goes back out into space and doesn't heat up the Earth.
Mhm.
Great in theory, but no one ever did any fucking studies on the long-term effects of like particleized aluminum in your atmosphere and like what that does to humans and shit.
Right. Honda, while you're here, I did bring up something. I could not doom scroll and find the picture, but it was the art and evolution of war, and it started with a rock, and then it went to a sharpened stick and a spear, and then it went to metalwork weapons like swords and spears, and then it went to a 5.56 round, and then it went to a bottle of cooking oil, seed oils. And now I think between our dietary things that they've implemented plus weather manipulation / control, it's pretty formidable weapon that anybody with any collection in our gun safe really can't fight that.
Do you know when they were officially allowed to sell GMOs on the open market in the United States, when the American consumer started eating GMOs in mass?
1982.
1996.
I was 4 years old.
That
I
was
have
my
no
next guess.
say.
So before that, okay, like glyphosate, right? This like Roundup. That's what they spray on plants to kill all the it's like the herbicide that kills the rest of the fucking plants and lets like your Roundup ready GMO corn grow, right? So like this is a chemical that's been around since the 1960s and has been proven safe in the 1960s in the use that it had back then. And the use that it had back then was they would have like Mexican dudes or something with a fucking water backpack full of glyphosate and a little spray nozzle walk up and down each row of field, and while the plants were small, while the corn was small, spray down the weeds around the fucking corn plant, but specifically stay away from the corn plant itself, because if you got too much on the corn plant, it would kill the corn, right? And then by the time the corn is older and grown, you don't need to spray anymore because like the weeds are short and the corn is tall and it doesn't matter, right? So they only had to put it on like at the very beginning, and they put it on very sparingly because it would kill the corn too. Well, now they have this corn that you can just douse it with this shit and it doesn't die. And so they just douse the fuck out of everything, which kills the microbiology inside of the soil, which kills all of the fucking like the weeds and stuff, which is great for growing the corn if you want to grow corn. But what ends up happening is that glyphosate, the fucking chemical in Roundup, ends up inside of the plant. And then another thing that they do is they spray at the end of the season too, because one of the side effects of glyphosate when it goes into the corn plant or to the wheat plant
Dries it
is
out.
that it fucking dries out quicker. So what happens is they want to get the fucking the product from the plant to off of the plant as quickly as possible, because that leaves it like open to weather and molding and birds and all kinds of stuff that's going to come by and eat your corn while you're waiting for it to dry, right? So you got to wait for it to dry. So the thing that you do is you spray it with this fucking chemical so it dries out quicker at the end, but it also concentrates that fucking glyphosate chemical inside of the final product, the seed that you're eating in your fucking wheat or your fucking corn or whatever, right? So it's a whole different level of fucking concentration of this chemical that we're eating now versus when they deemed it was safe in 1960, whatever.
Well, yeah, now it's even just bred in the seed to where they have like basically that immunity. Plus, it's in their water, their pivots, everything like that. Yeah, there's all kinds of chemicals. Not to mention the mixing of chemicals, because you have your anti-insecticide, then you have your weed control, then you have your drought control, all this shit. Not to mention scientific hybrid, basically making corn all the really good corn fuck, and then make that seed.
Well, and here's another thing they did too. Like they took a corn variant, right? Because they were going to make a bunch of alcohol. They're going to make all this fucking gasoline basically out of corn. So they created a type of corn that produces insecticide itself, so that you don't have to spray it with insecticide. It's genius, really, right? Because if all you're going to do is harvest this corn, turn it into alcohol, and then burn it into your car, who cares if it has insecticide in it? The problem is, the wind blows and the pollen comes off of your fucking insecticide corn and blows a half a mile into someone else's field of their regular corn that they're farming traditionally, right? And then when they reharvest their corn, like they harvest their corn and replant it, rather, some of their seeds has that gene in it that makes fucking, and now it's in the food supply, and now we're eating the fucking insecticide corn, like that's happening too, and like half a dozen other things that are fucking terrible.
It's all bullshit.
I saw a study a while back. They wanted to see what the insecticides and chemicals were doing to if it was getting into women's breast milk. And to get a control, they wanted to find them like the purest breast milk they could find. So they went up to Alaska and tested the native people to see what chemicals were in their breast milk, because they wanted a control of what was pure. Well, they found that up there was like 4 or 5 times worse than anywhere else in the world, because the earth is a giant distillery, and all the moisture down around the equator where it's warm evaporates, goes into the atmosphere, and then condenses and falls as snow the further north it goes. So like you can't even be away from it. You can't escape the chemicals. Nothing you can do will let you escape the chemicals, not even moving to frickin' the North Pole.
That is bullshit. MSB is correct. Property taxes are the Achilles heel. You either rent your dwelling, the land, or you own it, quotation, and you pay the taxes. That is correct. But
yeah, but if it's
the best
deemed
thing to do.
if it's deemed as like agricultural land, the taxes are almost nothing comparatively.
Right. That's why if you get any amount of acreage, if you grandfather in part of it with, you let somebody have their cows on it for a few months, and then the next year they don't have to be on it, then you let them, or not cows, horses. And that allows you to grandfather it in as agricultural land. I had a family member who did that on 5 acres, and it saved him a shitload on taxes. And it gave free hay
those
for the
rich people.
horse, so.
It's why those rich people put a couple donkeys or alpacas or something on their land.
Yeah. Yeah, sheep's really starting to take off in Nebraska because it's cheaper than cows, and if you put a couple donkeys with them, it keeps coyotes away pretty good. Coyotes keep coyotes away pretty good. They're pretty tough. But
I like
Alright, Rick.
lambs because it's
Hmm?
God's favorite animal.
Well, it's traditionally the main diet, yeah, of a more pure Christian believing.
And they're all fuzzy.
It is delicious and healthy for you.
Are there different cuts of meat on a lamb other than like, what is it, lamb chop or something like that?
Yeah,
Is it all dark? Is it all dark meat?
it's red meat. It's really dark red meat.
All right.
Yeah, I don't remember what the it is per ounce, but it has a really high protein content. It's higher than beef. It's pretty tasty. Yeah, I mean, you can buy, like, if you go to Sam's or Costco, whatever, they have, or a nice butcher shop. They have like rack of lamb, or they have like basically a little tomahawk with the lamb. You get like 3 or 6 tomahawks. Basically, it's really lean, so you can burn it quick. But I think majority of the people, and I could be wrong, Honda may know more about it. They do ground lamb too, but it's a thing you like to serve like medium rare, kind of like deer, or like a nicer steak. You like to cook it about medium rare, like not over medium, or you kind of ruin the meat.
I mean, most of the lamb that I've had is like, I don't know, the fucking Middle Eastern kind where you have it in a pita bread or whatever.
Shawarma.
Yeah, that shit's good.
A gyro?
No idea how to make that shit.
That shit is good.
It's like the only good reason to let fucking people into this country is the food they bring.
Yeah, I do like it. All right, guys. Well, it's almost 11:30 my time. I got to shower because I'm sweaty. I think we're gonna wind this one down. Thanks for everybody hopping in the panel. And Teresa B dropped in a whole bunch of good people's channels. Make sure you go check them out. Like, share, and sub to homies. And that's how we grow the community, right?
Yes, sir.
Make sure you like, share, and sub to Pat. We're trying to get him to 50 so he can actually stream while he's driving his truck. Keep him awake at night. He's halfway there. We could do it.
When it gets about 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll probably start saying some crazy shit.
Hey, man. I will go back and replay gang that shit at work, and I'll probably be laughing.
I'll tell you about the Wolfman and the freaking skinwalkers that I see.
Yeah. Duke won't listen to your channel ever.
In all serious note, though, my wife saw something she couldn't explain, headed out your way, actually, on 80. And she explained it to me, and I was like, that's a fucking skinwalker. And it's, super tired in the middle of the night. Who knows what you saw, but
I'll let you know
mean,
we don't have a whole lot of things around here because we got a whole lot of rednecks with 12 gauges.
Pat, have you seen any more drones?
No, not like the one before. And something that I heard someone else talking about struck a chord with me because mine did the same thing, and I didn't realize it at first. Is I thought when I couldn't see the lights anymore, I thought it had gone over a ridge, and I just couldn't see it anymore. Well, I drove past that part again during the day, and the ridge that I thought it went over was way, way farther away than I remembered. So the only explanation I have is that when it realized I was there, it turned the lights off. And I've heard other people say that when they're discovered or whatever, they turn the lights off.
Do you think it has a gravitic drive?
That was the other thing that was weird because I slowed way down and opened my windows expecting to hear like, and it was fucking silent. I didn't hear anything. I don't know, maybe because it was far enough away. Because I've flown drones before, and if it's like